Hello everybody and welcome to our new lecture presented to you by Dr. Nidal Mahoud, a lecturer at the English Department, College of Education, Misan University. Welcome again. Our lecture today is about Edmund Spenser and his poem Like as a Ship. And as usual, we start our lecture with presenting a short biography of the poet. Edmund Spenser was born in 1552 and he was an English poet and best known for his famous work, The Fairy Queen. It is actually an epic poem and a fantastic allegory which celebrates the Tudor dynasty and Elizabeth I. He is recognized, of course, as one of the premier craftsmen of modern English verse and is often considered one of the greatest poets in English language. Of course, Edmund Spenser, he used a very distinctive verse form, and which is called the Spenserian stanza. And in most of course, his works, including the Fairy Queen, the stanza mainly is meter, and it is written in iambic pentameter with a final line in iambic hexameter. And the hexameter, it means it has 6 feet or citruses known as an Alexandrine. And the rhyme scheme is AB, AB, BC, B, C, C. He also used his own rhyme scheme for the sonnet. And in Spenserian sonnet, the last line of every quatrain is linked with the first line of the next one, yielding the rhyme scheme AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CDE, E. Like as a ship. Yes, listen to me. I'm going to read the poem Like as a ship that through the ocean wide by conduct of some star doth make her way, when as a storm that dimmed his trusty guide out of her course doth wander far astray. So I, whose star that warned with her bright ray, me to direct with the clouds is overcast, to wander now in darkness and dismay, through hidden perils round about me placed, yet hope I will that when this storm is past, my hills, the old star of my life, will shine again and look on me at last, with lovely light to clear my cloudy grief. Till then I wander careful, comfortless, in secret sorrow and sad pensiveness. So the general meaning of the poem is that the poem expresses the poet's aspiration to see his beloved once and again, whereas the poet's intention is that spiritual love guides people to the proper way of life. Actually, here it means that the spiritual love, it leads people to the right way of life. Yes, the detailed meaning of the poem is that the poem, Like as a Ship, is based on an extended simile. When the poet compares himself to a ship that is sailing randomly and alone in the midst of the sea, and the storm has left him without his beloved, and now he is consumed with his fears and sorrows and with sadness. The storm has dimmed her brightness. And so the first quatrain is concerned with describing the poet's emotional instability since he lost his beloved. Actually, he, in the first part of the poem, feels that he is lost and he is wandering randomly without any direction because he lost his beloved, and metaphorically he compares her himself to a ship and his beloved to a star. So in the second quatrain, the poet is he feels that he is lost because of the absence of his trusty guide. So as I told you here, metaphorically he compares himself to a ship and his beloved to a star. Yes. And of course he is like the ship which is guided by the beams of the star. and he regards his beloved as his trusty guide. Why? Of course, he calls her as the trusty guide because, the star, it is the sailor's trusty guide. And when it disappears, the sailor, of course, he loses his right or the direction. And the same thing happens to the poet. His trusty guide, his beloved, has disappeared suddenly, and as a result, the ship was driving out of the right way, and so he is like the ship. He also is lost. The poet also feels lost because of her absence, and then he wanders in darkness and in fears, and yet he hopes that his absent star, his beloved, will shine again. Yet hope I will that when this storm is past, her brightness will make his fear fade away. Yes, it means that yet though he is lost and he is very sorrowful, but he hopes that one day she will come back again and all these sorrows will fade away, will pass away. So in the last quatrain, the poet hopes that his storm will pass away and his beloved light will shine again upon him. Until that time, he will treat baths of sorrow and melancholy, and tale when I wander careful, comfortless, in secret sorrows. Actually, the last two lines are very important because maybe they conclude or they carry the core of the poem. Yes, and here the last lines are called the rhyming couplet, and they conclude the entire idea of the poem. And he is telling his beloved that until she forgives him, he will wander aimlessly. He will be lost. He will be comfortless. And he hopes to reach the land, and he will, that of course will correct his way. So we can say that at the end, the poet, he hopes that one day his beloved will shine again, will come back again, and all his sorrows will pass away. Okay, so let us start to move to the literary devices. Of course, we have a metaphor, and when he compares the star to his beloved. Okay, so here we have metaphor. Metaphorically, he compares his beloved to a star. Why? Both of them, they are shining. Both of them lead to the proper way of life. The star guides the sailor in the midst of the sea in order not to lose his way, and also his beloved is like the star. She guides him to the proper way of life. And then also we have another metaphor. The ocean is compared to the life itself. Yes. And also the clouds, they are maybe they refer metaphorically to the problems of life, maybe to the sins that we as a human being we commit, or yes. And of course also we have the word clouds, it is used metaphorically. And similarly we have of course this device when he compares by using as himself to a roaming ship. So what is the similarity between the roaming ship and the poet? Of course, both of them, the poet, and the ship, they wander at random, yes, or randomly, and they have lost their way, their correct or right way. And also we have the last personification, it is when he personifies the ship, and also he personifies the star. Yes. And here we end our lecture, and thank you very much for your attention, for your listening, and the next video we will start with a new poet of the 16th century.